Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Knights of the Alternate Histories, and in today's video, I would just like to thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Yes, we finally hit it, lads. Yeah, I'm gonna do a 1,000 subscriber special when we get more secured, because for the past 3 days it's kind of been fluctuating between 999 and 1,000, so once it gets cleared, they'll do it, but Discord is down in the description if you want to go ahead and join it. We'll be waiting. We left off with Europe looking like this: Britain gaining part of Morocco, Algeria becoming independent, and Tunisia becoming part of Naples, which has been broken off, Syndicalist Revolution in France, Germany having peaceful relations with its neighbors for once, and Austria-Hungary sort of coming back with Hungary, and the Soviet Union having a couple of puppets in key places. The wars would soon break out, however. Here is a quick map of ideologies. As you can see, Germany is still a democracy, Poland and part of Czechia basically being German puppets, but Sardinia still exists, which that's amazing, and a couple of fascist states with Mussolini being exiled, and the papacy states are back, and, well, the Soviet Union has a firm lockdown on the Eastern Front. The First War would break out with the Kingdom of Sardinia, France, Ireland, and Algeria invading Corsica, trying to gain that back to France. They would quickly land by taking over the northern peninsula and trying to move in. Meanwhile, Mussolini would capture the actual island of Sardinia, and meanwhile, Mussolini would flee there, and that would be his new capital, though France wouldn't like that at all. Quickly, the French forces, being the main invading force, would just cut Corsica in half, much as they did in real life a couple of years before. This was done so that the Corsicans couldn't really muster a strong front line and would just constantly try and break through and attack French lines. This would overall be effective, and the world would look horrified at what France is doing, but wouldn't want to interfere, trying not to start another world war. The Corsicans would once again be forced to surrender, and the ones that didn't would go to Mussolini and join his army. Mussolini would officially move his capital into Sardinia to try and be closer to Spain, an ally that he would hope to muster and use against France when they inevitably tried to invade him and take out fascism once and for all, even though this wouldn't really work. Meanwhile, Greece and Yugoslavia would start to invade Albania, seeing that Italy now has broken up, and Yugoslavia kind of wanting that territory back, and Greece saying, "Oh look, land up for the taking that has ethnically Greek people in it, don't mind if I do." And overall, Albania would just be conquered. They would put up little resistance, but it would be a great defense by the Albanians. Soon, it would be surrounded, and they would be forced to capitulate. This would overall be a horrible thing for Europe, as Yugoslavia would get even more diverse, and Greece would now have a lot of Albanians in it. This would be pretty horrible. Meanwhile, France would finalize the peace deal and realize, oh hey, I can't just annex Corsica without telling anyone, because otherwise the world will get mad at me. They just happened to choose a communist government after we invaded them. Meanwhile, Albania would be divided directly in half, about at their front lines that the Greece and Yugoslavian forces went. And may I just say, doesn't that look better? Oh no, not another war in the Balkans. I'm sorry, Balkans, I love you. Anyways, Italy would still be fractured and would be horribly divided, thinking, what can we do to try and not be as fractured as much, with the monarchy trying to retake over. World War I would begin with two wars: the French invasion of Sardinia, the island, and the Romanian invasion of Western Romania. This would start a huge war between the communist states and the democratic states, plus one fascist state involved, because who cares? This would just overall be a huge strike by the communists first, trying to destroy as much as landing in Wales and Eclipse, almost blitzkrieg over Ulster, would quickly take over and start destroying the world. This would be done to just try and get the UK to stay off of France's back. They wouldn't need it. Germany, having an already prepared military forces with the Treaty of Versailles restrictions coming off of them, would just be able to strike hard at the French and cut deep into the French homeland. Meanwhile, Yugoslavia would move up with Greece. Italy would be captured and shot, much as in our timeline, and Algeria would just be quickly destroyed and starting to get invaded, and the UK would start moving to try and take over Dublin. There would be a huge bull in Poland trying to get to Warsaw and trying to end the whole government there. Meanwhile, Eastern Romania would start losing to Western Romania and Austria-Hungary itself. Bulgaria would soon join the war, quickly stabbing Greece in the back with Yugoslavia, much as they did in the Third Balkan War, and would start even pushing up against Russia. And the UK would just completely destroy Ireland. After a couple of deaths, Ireland would not be able to, and by couple I mean a lot. So, Leningrad would now be captured, and things would not look good for the Soviets. Greece would soon also get destroyed, and Paris would fall, but this time France wouldn't surrender, and the Soviets would push deep into Poland. With the main breakthrough being in Estonia, this would lead just by taking a little bit of slack off of the northern front and trying to push it to the eastern front, where it would really matter, as Moscow wouldn't be that far north to be threatened, would be an effective strategy, causing Greece and Yugoslavia to have forces being protected. And they would push deeper south, trying to get to Yugoslavia and Greece before they would be cut off completely. But when they put more forces south, they lose more forces north, leading to more and more breakthroughs along the northern front to just completely crush them until they're right above Moscow. This would lead to just a horrible war and battle by the outnumbered troops up in the northern front, while the southern troops would be hard pressed to try and find a breakthrough. Soon the northern front would completely collapse, and with it, so would the southern front. Moscow would quickly fall, and it would just be destroyed. Ireland would be pushed down to just Desmond and Munster, and Algeria would fall more and more. Yugoslavia would be completely encircled, and Greece would almost lose half of its territory to Bulgaria. The Soviets would be forced to surrender. So, here's what the map would look like. Occitania would be established, and northern France would be cut in half. Northern Ireland would now take up and become Northern Ireland, while Southern Ireland would be existed. Ukraine and Belarus would both gain land, as well as Ingria existing, and Estonia, Latvia gaining land, as well as Danzig becoming an independent nation that works with both Poland and Germany for trade deals without tax. Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Serbia, and would be established. Meanwhile, Athens, Macedonia, and Sparta would be established, named after the capital cities, while Greater Bulgaria would expand, and Romania would also expand, and take over Moldova too. This would lead to a peaceful union among them, a European Union, you might say. And oh hey, look, the next slide, what's that? A European Union would be established with all of these states that participated in the war except for Bulgaria and Athens and Sparta. This would be done to try and show peace and unity throughout Europe and to stop wars from happening. Of course, Russia would not join, and other nations such as the Irelands would not join, as they would have internal conflicts on their own, but more members would want to join, and the alliance would just grow and grow to stop having wars. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry if this video got off track. I am really tired. Just finished my streams. Go check out my streams, by the way. Make sure to like and subscribe, and join the Discord. I really hope to see you and start talking to you guys there. Yeah, this is gonna be the first video with the Discord link in the description. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate. Make sure you have a good one. And, well, Goodbye! Woo! Wow, what a great video! You know, most people think I have a voice recording for this, but no, I do it all the time. I just make it sound similar. And boom, that's my big secret. On the right, that's a video YouTube thinks you should watch. And on the left, that's my most recently uploaded. So yeah, go check that out if you like it, because I think it's pretty chill and cool.